Hi everyone, it's me. So this is different. I originally had an idea for a video that I kind of wanted to do, but then I just thought, I'm not that interested. So I just came back from the gym, had a shower. I'm starving. So I thought, why don't we make some lunch and just chat and pretend like this is a creative video idea. So without further ado, let's go. Now we are currently in the kitchen by the, I would call the stove, but I guess most people would call it the hob, perhaps. The lighting in here is absolutely terrible, so I've rigged up my ring light, so I might die. It's probably not a good idea. Now, what did I want to have for lunch? I wasn't quite sure. Then I remembered Kraft dinner. Now it's only like 10:30, but I haven't eaten yet, and I just went to the gym and I'm hungry. So I thought, let's make some Kraft dinner, original Canadian Kraft dinner, and I'll show you some of my secret tips, and then we'll just chat. Now, if we're gonna be completely honest, this Kraft dinner expired back in December, but we all know that this stuff would last like a nuclear apocalypse, so I'm not gonna let it bother me. And guess what? I've eaten expired KD before, and I'm still here. So this is an actual Canadian one that one of my friends sent me. I don't know if it'll zoom in on the text, but we've got the French and English. And this is Kraft Canada from Don Mills, Ontario. And don't look at the ingredients because it's actually really quite depressing. Now you can get Kraft dinner, or us locals call it KD, which is really lame. You can get KD here in the UK. I've seen it at different grocery stores. I've heard it's not the same, so maybe I'll do a taste test at one point. However, we're gonna start off with the expired Canadian version, which is a real staple of childhood in Canada. I'm not really sure why, probably because it's dirt cheap and it shuts your kids up for a little while, but every Canadian grew up having this at least occasionally. Some of us more than others. Now, to make the best KD, don't read the instructions, and especially don't read the French side, because let's face it, you've lost all knowledge of your French and you just gotta let it go. Now what you need to get started, you need a pot with a lid. I've already got that, fantastic. You need your expired KD. You need some milk. I've gone for the Asda skimmed fresh milk from British Farms, red label. And you need some butter. This one feels like it's empty, so I got my backup. We're gonna mix clover with, I can't believe it's so good and light. Wow, only 1 pound. And you need a spoon for mixing all the pieces together. Now, I like to cheat a little bit, so I'm gonna boil the kettle. Excuse me. I like to cheat a little bit, so I'm gonna boil the kettle and then put that boiling water in the pot, so we just can eat it faster. Okay, so my kettle's boiled and I've poured the water into my pot, which is now heating up. I don't know if that noise is going to be really annoying because I've not thought this video through, so if it is, real sorry. Now, most of us growing up with KD, you either would have it just by itself, or if your parents were like a little bit fancy, they might cook like hot dogs, and then you cut the hot dogs up and put it in the big pot of mac and cheese. God, that was good. You know, life was just so simple and easy, and people made lunch for you with cheese and hot dogs. Cheese, by the way. If you've never had Kraft dinner, I'd love to know what your life was like, and if you're full of crippling sadness. That's kind of dark, that's a little bit. So when your thingy is doing that motion, we're gonna put the thingy in. I feel like I should have my own cooking show, you know what I'm saying? And you're not allowed to reenact what I do because you might die. Like, disclaimer at this point, I'm eating expired food. Please don't copy me. I don't have money for lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so for people who don't know Kraft Dinner, it comes with the cheese packet, which is a bright orange concoction, and then the noodles are just loose in the thingy, so you just dump them out. Voila. So then you just cook them for like 8 minutes until they look nice. You know how gourmet cooking is. So I guess, what do you want to talk about? Good question. I've been watching a lot of Netflix lately because I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And I just finished The Killing, all 4 seasons, which I really enjoyed. I think I kind of binged it too much because by the end of it I was like, I just kind of want this to be over. I just need to see who done it and we can move on. But if you have any like crime or true crime mystery kind of shows, I'm always interested in that kind of stuff. Okay, so I don't want to get in trouble, but this is my current setup. Health and safety is an extreme priority for me at all times. So I like to keep my electric ring light with me while I'm doing important tasks like cooking. So how's life? You know, how are things? Are you doing all right? Are you sleeping well? Are you eating enough? You're obviously not having expired Kraft dinners, so, you know, you're doing something right. This room is actually really messy, so please don't look at all the background noise. Okay, so I finished The Killing. I've also been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I think is so fantastic. It's just one of those shows that are just so sweet and wonderful, and nothing ever terrible happens. You know, it really gives me like The Office, the US Office, and Parks and Rec vibes. You know, it's just a happy show. I love it. I just finished season 4, and nothing else is on Netflix, which is really upsetting. So, thanks a lot. I've also been watching Rick and Morty. I started that. Hilarious. Very, very funny. It's been a good talk. I feel like we really bonded. Now, if you do have a chance to get Kraft Dinner, please just get original. Just like plain old cheddar with the macaroni noodles. I know they tried to get a little bit fancy over the years and they had like different versions and stuff. Don't bother. Don't bother. Just get KD original. So about a quarter of the box prepared is 240 calories. But y'all know I ain't gonna eat just a quarter of it. Let's get real here. I got an email the other day from YouTube that they marked my channel as like YouTuber on the rise or whatever you call it, or like new and growing YouTuber trending or whatever, and I got on the trending tab for the UK, which was pretty cool. And for some reason, my lesser known things about England video that I did what feels like forever ago is the most popular one. And so I guess it was that one that like triggered this YouTuber on the rise, because it's like over 200,000 views at this point, which in itself is incredible. 200,000 views on some dumb video that has really poor like audio, first of all of them do, and really poor lighting in that one because it was so dark. It was like the middle of winter. I couldn't be bothered to figure out the lights. I thought I'll just run with it. And 200,000 views. Like, that's insane. But what I find really fascinating is about 85% of all my viewers are British. So British people seem to be very interested in how other people see them in their country. Country as in England, obviously. I don't talk about the rest of the UK because I don't live there and I don't think it's fair. So I just find that really fascinating. So like a huge portion of the people watching that lesser known things about England are English people. Why? Just the psychology of that stuff is just really fascinating. So thank you guys for watching my videos and subscribing and liking, you know, thumbs up, thumbs down too, that helps. You know, you still get engagement from that, that's fine. Nice comments are also nice. I also got 15,000 subscribers recently. That's insane, guys, that's insane. I remember when I got my first 1,000 subscribers and I thought, oh my God, I don't even know 1,000 people. And there are 1,000 people following this dumb Adventures in Naps thing that I just created because I was bored, you know? So just very fascinating. All right, I think we're almost there. These are kind of starting to look a little sad. Yeah, that's good enough. So your noodles are sufficiently done. Oh, Christ, I forgot. We're not ready. You also need a strainer. So we're just gonna strain the noodles out like a goddamn scientist. Now, I know a lot of like cooking channels usually have like multiple camera angles so you can see like what's happening and stuff, but this is a low budget production. My tripod doesn't even work in this scenario, so you're literally sat on the microwave and we just have to make do with what we've got, all right? But I'm straining noodles just to the side. Oh, I guess I could kind of just go like this. Oh, check it. They look so not very appetizing. All right, we're done with that angle now, thanks. Let's go back over here. Okay, so you've strained your noodles and you put your noodles back in the pot. Oh, don't spill them. That's all right, it's still okay. There's a couple down here, maybe we won't eat those, gross. Okay, me personally, I like to do this a certain way. You take your butter. That's not even worth putting it back in. Who put that back in the fridge? There's nothing in there. Okay, so you take your backup butter, or I can't believe it's so good in light. What is? It doesn't even say. It doesn't even say what it is. It just says, I can't believe it's so good in light. Okay, so I just do like a spoon-ish. Oh, you know, that's wonderful. Stir that around. Okay, maybe that was a bit much. I'm a bit rusty. I haven't done this in a while. That was a bit of butter. Or we don't know what it is, but we can't believe it's so good in light. Okay, so your butter's like, or whatever it is kind of like melting. That's nice. Then I'm gonna put in just a splash of milk. You know, just, that's good. That's fine. Stir that up. Now we got really wet, buttery noodles. Now the piece de resistance is the fake cheese that is literally neon orange. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the neon of that cheese? Can you see me pouring it in? I don't know what this looks like. Do you see the neon? Do you see how orange it is? How about we try this? Let's try. God, whatever. I need a camera person. The main thing is you just want to like spread it out, and then I try to like mix it a little bit and then pour the rest of it. Because sometimes you get like really cheesy like chunks. It's a bit gross. So you want to spread the cheese-ness. Now see if you can see this. Look at that neon-ness. That's prime KD color. Some people were saying that I should start an ASMR thing, which is hilarious, first of all. But what if I did like a food ASMR? Like, can you hear that? Is that soothing? I don't know, it sounds kind of gross. This is very bright. I forgot how bright this stuff is. Holy crap. Now, side story. I did eat a very expired KD one time, and it kind of came out like a dark brownish color. And that's kind of the telling point that you probably shouldn't eat it. This is still very neon, so I'm gonna go for it. I think, you know, I've survived worse. Okay, so the trick then is to just let that sit while you put everything away, so it kind of like congeals into like a cheesy mass. Okay, I think we've waited long enough. It's been like 30 seconds. I'm starving. I can't wait any longer. So let's see our creation. Look at that. my friend. That's almost a solid mass. Come on now. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so all that's left really is to dish it out. I always go for a bowl because I'm not an animal. You eat Kraft dinner in a bowl. This pot though has really loose handles, so let's just hope for the best. Now there's a big discussion on whether you should eat your Kraft dinner with or without ketchup. Personally, I like it either or. Sometimes it's nice to just have a plain, sometimes it's nice, you know, just have like a little bit of ketchup, but it's absolutely up to you. And with that, I'm gonna go devour this and probably come back and finish the rest of the pot off. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye! That's the stuff, my friend. That's the stuff.